let's see what we've got. Yeah, we have sound. Right, we have sound. I do apologise for that. Earlier on, I'd unplugged my USBs from my computer to just take my headphones out. And I go to plug them in. I was like, there's USB. Plugs in the USB. I plugs in the wrong USB lead. I plugged in the USB to an old iPod charger. Oh dear. That was a case of grand muppetitis, I'm afraid. However, I'm now here. We now have potentially we have sound. We have sound. We have audio. Things that should be coming through my headphones are coming through my headphones. Hopefully, there's sound coming through the game. OBS certainly says there is. Right, and I'm in my S6. I believe it's a 650. Yeah, 650S. It's been a while since I've driven this truck for a full stream. I've had odds and sods anymore. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks because last week I was in Real Ops. I was in my DAF. Now the title has changed a bit to Trucking Through Our Time. Well, that's pretty much what we do here at Port Lincoln Trucking. But this week in has got quite a bit of significance in history. For we have the ending of the Falklands War on the 14th of June 1982. But a few years prior to that, not long after Yuri Gagarin went into space, though I can't remember the exact year, I should do. Maybe Ali O'Dare will probably put me in the right point if I ask her, but there was somebody called Valentina Tereshkova, a member of the Russian Communist Party, a cosmonaut, and she is the only, not only the first woman ever to go into space, she was the youngest female ever to go into space, and she is the only female to date to do a solo flight in space. However, that will most likely always be the case. She will always be the only woman ever to do a solo flight in orbit. And that is because modern space missions are multi-person crew. You don't go up on your own. You don't go up on your own now. You've got 2 or 3 or maybe 4 other people working alongside you, just in case things go pear-shaped, which when it comes to spaceflight is always a risk. Right, that's got my mirror set up. Okay, let's see what jobs there are. And she went around, I think, around the planet Earth around about 40 times and landed back on the Kazakh steppes. apparently it was quite a nice yeah, Reykjavik. Yeah, I think that's where I'll go. I think I'll go to Reykjavik. Where do I pick it up from? Nordic Crown, Aalborg. How do I clear it? I just want to clear the chat. Message reply, servo. Fix, search, group, logging. Message. Right, where are they? Hot Rock, it's going good, it's going good. Right. And I'm in my little 650 Scania, and I'm on Pro Mods, and I'm in Iceland. About to go to Nordic Crown to get a container to go to Iceland. So yourself, and how are you doing? Windows are up. Okay, I'll meet you at Nordic Crown. Because I'm going to Reykjavik. But the Falklands War, that was back in the 1980s. Now, the Argentinians were basically, they probably weren't doing so great in the economic front, so how do you stir up the economy and get things in your favour and get the people on your favour? Well, you kind of go to war. and hope you're winning. And this is exactly what General Galtieri did. You know, he went off to invaded, I think it was South Georgia to start off with. Well, there wasn't really much there. You know. And then, obviously, a short while later, his troops put themselves ashore on the Falkland Islands. Now, the Falklands, the Argentinians know them as Las Malvinas, the Malvinas Islands. And this was what started the precursor to a very, very brutal 10-week conflict. Now, the UK forces were many miles away, over in, okay, that needs to change. Actually, Hot Rock, I'll meet you at the F7. I've just noticed I've got chrome wheels on my fucking trail and glosses on my tractor unit. That's got to change. So I'll meet you at the F7. That's a guy there. And we lost a significant number of vessels in the Falklands campaign. Sir Galahad, Atlantic Conveyor, HMS Sheffield, just to name 3. And the Argentinians, they lost a few. We had HMS Conqueror in the area. Now, there's obviously this task force that we had to rapidly cobble together and sail halfway around the world, basically. From Plymouth right the way down to San Carlos Bay or wherever it was that they landed. Now, although the ground forces of Argentina were conscripts, ill-equipped, ill-prepared, not really fancying a fight. They didn't choose the war, they didn't desire the war. The Air Force, on the other hand, were some of the best pilots in South America. And they had fairly good, for the day, equipment. Mirage fighter planes, Super 8 Dart fighter bombers, exocets, missiles, A4 Skyhawk, which, although it was an old aircraft, It was very, very capable. I am in Denmark, and I'm in Aalborg. I am there. There you are, Aalborg. There's actually a Bible depot there, which is there. And this truck should make it blue, actually. Truck configurator, color, Jamaica blue man. Make my truck a Jamaica blue. No, that's got to change as well, actually. Now, obviously, when Margaret Thatcher heard about this, she was not impressed. The Argentinians had done a bit of a blinding maneuver. Which is why she then had to cobble together a task force led by HMS Hermes and HMS Invincible to go down to the South Atlantic to retake the islands. Here lies a problem. Distance. From the UK to Port Stanley is about 3, 4, probably getting on to be a best part of 6,000 miles. It's a long way. And Argentina, well, they were just across the water. And they were not very far away at all. And for them to keep things stocked up was actually quite easy. Yeah, they just had to sail a couple landing craft across 200 miles of bloody ocean. That was it. There we go. And this plan then probably required, the taking back of the islands, and it was led to a brutal fight. Aha! Oh, you joined Geo's. Oh, you're in Beaver. Ah, hey. Right, let's go to Iceland. You want to grab a load and meet me here, Hot Rock? We'll try and get a load to Iceland. Oh, lovely. Right, let's go. Go get it. So you're going right to the top. So you're going up there. Lovely. There was a bit of a road that we can take as well. Oh God. Oops. Well, we can probably dead end there anyway if you want. I'm just gonna get a trailer. Oh, you've got that. Okay, we'll probably find something in Iceland anyway. So you've not got to do a massive deadhead. Let's go. So yes, as I was saying, Maggie Thatcher puts this task force together. This task force also included the RMS Canberra, a very, very luxurious liner at the time, and also RMS Queen Elizabeth II. Yes, the famous Cunard ship. Those two ships were there to carry troops to the combat zone. On board Atlantic Conveyor there were 4 Chinook helicopters and a few Harriers. And this little group, they rendezvoused together on the way down. And the plan was set up to strategically acquire the islands. Now, the war is listed as starting on April the 2nd. Well, 10 weeks of fighting with Goose Green and what have you left a significant number of Argentine and British soldiers dead and wounded. But on June the 14th, there came Liberation Day. Now, because of my work pattern, I haven't had the opportunity really for this week's talk to actually study and read up on various things. So who knows what the subject is going to be. Three viewers, welcome to my channel, whoever you are. As we take a trip back through time. And the liberation of the Falklands was actually signed officially, the surrender. It was signed on the 15th of June aboard HMS Plymouth. Now, HMS Plymouth used to be in Liverpool, open to the public as a display vessel, but I do not know what's happened to it of late. I don't know if it's been cut up, if it's been scrapped or what. Because it used to be at the historic warships dockyard in Liverpool, but the developers wanted the land, so the museum had to go. Sadly. Well, here we are. We are about to board the MV Nerona. And this will be sailing across via Tórshavn to to Iceland. To Sayus Fjordur. I have no idea how that is actually pronounced in English or even Icelandic. How do they actually say it? But we're now in Iceland. Right. And we are going to go up this way. And there's a small road that we have to go past. It's up here somewhere. Don't think we go quite to Krafala, but we'll certainly I think I might change one of the horns on this truck. I've got slightly different horn tones on there, each side. Don't know yet. It'll still be behind me. Yeah, Iceland is a strategically important nation. And it is currently getting bigger. Well, it will be if Mount Ragnar has anything to do with it. Slippy, slippy, slippy. I don't get you. Since when? What about Iceland being strategically important? Well, it is. And I shall explain. During the Second World War, you had the convoys that used to sail between the UK and United States. And you could only be escorted out so far by anti-submarine warfare aircraft. Both from the Americas and also from the UK. You can only go out so far. That that left a gap in the middle of the North Atlantic. Well, that was filled when they started putting very long-range liberators in Iceland. As for the modern times, it's proved to be a very valuable submarine base. To NATO, it is highly important. You've probably heard of the GI-UK gap. Well, that's the Greenland, Iceland, United Kingdom gap, and basically, when Russian submarines leave Archangel and Murmansk, they can only go, they can go two ways. Straight over the top under the Arctic ice. Or, you know, if you want to go to the Atlantic, you have to sail down past Iceland between Iceland and Greenland or Iceland and the United Kingdom. And NATO likes to know where Russia's submarines are, so they put a SOSUS line between Greenland and Iceland, Iceland and England, well, Scotland. Iceland is a very small, militarily it's insignificant, but strategically it's quite valuable. It's also as well played host to Mikhail Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan in the 1980s. You've probably heard of the SALT Treaty. Which I think is the Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty. To try and reduce the amount of nuclear proliferation. Well, I like to think it did some good. And about the time that one of these SALT talks was going off, I think it was in Reykjavik, there was a Russian ballistic missile submarine not too far off the coast of Cuba, within easy striking range of Florida. I think its number was K129. Now, Russian submarines use liquid-fueled missiles, whereas Polaris and Trident are solid fuel. And this particular submarine had a bit of a problem. The two liquids that form the propellant, which spontaneously react with each other and with certain metals. One of the propellants started to leak. Well, that leak kind of got out of control, and it set the missile bay on fire. And whilst it's busy burning away, the captain puts a submarine on the surface of the Pacific Ocean, also of the Atlantic Ocean, and open one of the hatches. Well, general practice was you couldn't, with this particular class of submarine, it was never designed to launch missiles submerged. It had to surface. Whereas the American ones, you could quite easily dive and launch from underwater. I think this is the road. Well, what they did one better than that. They had the missile launch tubes open, smoke billowing out of this thing. They dived the sub. I mean, yeah, that put the fire out. However, it did cause a few issues with the sub. The reactor, they couldn't shut it down. They had to shut it down manually. And one brave sailor went into the reactor room to actually wind in the control rods. The only thing is, he's still on board the submarine. They could not get him out. The air inside the reactor chamber had expanded with the heat, and they could not open the doors to the reactor chamber. So when the submarine went down, he went down with it. The captain, on the other hand, when he was brought back to Moscow, well, he was thrown out of the Communist Party, and he was blamed for this loss of this submarine. It was nothing to do with him. It was a leaky pipe in a missile. But because it's his sub and he lost the sub, well, the Russians weren't very happy about that. But that day came very, very close to sparking a conflict. Yes, it is. Why did he design this with a crossover? I don't know, but you have to cross over. Now this particular road, in reality, would not be possible. Not in this country, not in Iceland. Because most of the surface of Iceland is lava. There's 130 active volcanoes on that island. Well, no, there's 131. The 131st is Mount Ragnar. The Geldiger volcano, which is currently in a state of erupting. It's one of the newest volcanoes in the world. 3 months ago, it didn't exist. We had a load of earthquakes and it surfaced, broke through, and with his first cone, the locals christened it Bob. Yeah, Bob, belching out basalt. Then, a short time later, probably just a couple of weeks or so, there came a second vent, which they called flow, fast lava output. Then came SIF, sudden Icelandic flow. And that was close to Bob. Then there was Ulf, unexpected lava flow. Then there was Hell, happily erupting lava. And then there's Rag and Nar, 2 cones. Although Nar got so big it kind of took over Rag as well. And Nar has become a bit of a monster. Her lava flow has now swallowed up Bob and the others. Was originally about 8 meters per second, now it's something like about 13, 14. Hi up, cats. And Ragnar is basically, it's gonna become a shield volcano. That's alright, I've only been going about an hour, so don't worry about it. not ring the bell? We are now travelling underneath Iceland. Above us now is the Great Central Road. Now, Mount Ragnar. No, I don't know what the Icelanders are gonna actually officially call it. Just that the locals have on social media have actually given it the unofficial name of Nar. Not again, really? Or not another. This particular volcano, the Icelanders are building berms along the edges of the lava flow because it's just the other side of a valley which it could flow into over the top and run down. If it gets out of this other valley, it could threaten if you want, because I'm in Iceland at the moment. And it's going to be it's forming a shield type volcano. Not particularly steep, nice and shallow sides. It's going to take up a lot of space. And there's threatened by this volcano. Yeah, obviously it could in time put a risk to a geothermal power station, the Blue Lagoon, Grindvalk, and potentially, if it carries on long enough, it could in theory threaten Reykjavik. This is probably one of the most documented and monitored volcanoes going. And yes, it does actually have a YouTube feed. So just go to YouTube and just type in FlowCam, F-L-O-CAM, and you'll get a restream of the RUV, which is an Icelandic news channel, feed. And it could go on for a year, it could go on for 10 years, it could go on for 100 years, maybe 1,000 years. Who knows, because this particular volcano is fed directly from the mantle. There's no magma chamber. You come straight up from a hotspot, rising up from the deep down inside the earth, and straight out. Texan drive. How long is this tunnel? It takes a while to get down it. Did you see where we went in? No, there is another one as well on the other side. But to get to that other one from Reykjavik, you have to go counterflow to the traffic, which is reckless driving. However, you can get down it, turn around and go back the other way, if you so desire. Don't hit the signs as well. Ah, yeah. You come in. Go. Time to find fuel for hot rock. Well, basically, I am now there. I came from there. It's about there where we came in. The tunnel starts about there. It goes all the way across the island. Right, fuel. And yeah, there. Now we just have to get to the fuel station to for hot rock to fill up his ginormous tank. Now if you're actually in Reykjavik and you look over that direction, you can actually see the glow in the sky from Mount Nar, or Mount Ragnar. As now there's a place we can actually go to turn round. It's just down here. The Scania's horns definitely aren't good enough for blasting through tunnels. I think this is a place we can turn around just here. Clear my clear me pins. Now into the capital region of Iceland. Now unfortunately that tunnel, as cool as it is to cut across Iceland, isn't actually possible. You've got the North Atlantic spreading zone in the middle of the country. So you can't drill through that, because if you do, you'll and the next volcanic eruption, you could actually pump lava into the tunnel. Not good. Not good. And then on this side of the island, you've got several other volcanic systems. I mean, all of that over there is volcanic. Pretty much, if you've got a hill in Iceland, it's a volcano. From times past. Who forgot the headlights? Oh, buggy. Are you not got American truck? Yeah, I'm not going to bother right now with the TMP multiplayer mode. Not until I know I can use mods on it. What, you ran out of fuel? Oops. Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, knock it next time. Knock it into neutral and leave the ignition turned on. Yeah, just leave the ignition on like that. Well, that's my drop point. Yeah, just leave the ignition on. You'll be fine. Right, let me see what we've got here. Oh. Cookies! Mm. Don't know yet because I am a bit tired. I've had a long day. 13 hours today at work. Well, probably about half hour or so. Yeah, 8x4s do. That's why I don't drive them. Started this morning at about 6:30. Didn't finish until 7:30 at night. Ah, no thanks. I'm a Nordic cargo, so actually I'll take head down to Simrals. Why do I drive? Because we do. Would I want it to be this long? Not really. I do like my shorter days. But unfortunately, we can't be choosers when we have to work. Work is work is work. Yeah, the volcano, by the way, is down here. Yeah, fucking hell, 3. Hang on a second. Just asked my Alexa who's going to win the World Cup. Sorry, my crystal ball is a little cloudy right now, she says. But trucking is long hours and not very much pay. Makes you wonder why anybody actually wants to do the job. Well, people do. It suits some people, it doesn't suit others. I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad as I was sat in a queue waiting to unload for about an hour and a half. That's what killed my day today. so probably won't be staying up much late anyway, because I am feeling a little tired. Well, I'll probably do something online tomorrow. I'll probably be on the servers tomorrow somewhere. Simral Blue Water, just across the other side of Reykjavik. My feet are killing me as well. So have you tried the convoy mode yet, Cat? To tell you the truth, I'm not staying awake. A job like this, you need to be on your toes. I don't want to have a bump and knock another player off. So I'm gonna call it, I think. But I found a Scania dealership. Yay! Why would you put that there? What are you gonna do? Offload the bloody building? Offload the container through a glass window? Yeah, just put that in the start on. Ah, I know why. You didn't opt out of all beta programs. That's why. So when it automatically updates into the next game beta, it'll automatically update your game. Did it on me on ATS, so I said no, fuck off. Click, click. Right. Wait there, wait there. Go to go to Steam. Go to your library. Right click on American Truck Simulators and click on Properties. And then scroll to where it says Beta. And you got all the various options. Oculus, Oculus 07, Oculus Previous, Public Beta, temporary 1.26, 1.27, 1.30, 1.31, 3233, etc, etc. But right at the very top, you've got none. Click that. And do the same for American Truck Sim if you've got that as well. And that will then stop you getting a beta upload when your game decides to, when SES bring out a new beta. It'll keep the game up to date, but it won't put you in beta mode every time they bring a new game version out. gotta admit, I do like the XF will grow. The XG will grow on me. I've not tried it. No, I'm gonna wait for them to sort it out properly. I'll make sure I can use mods on it. It's something I will try. Well, you see on the Facebook groups, oh, SES are bringing out a multiplayer RIP TMP. I'm like, no, 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 no. It will not kill off TMP. Far bloody from it. Because SES servers have only got limited capacity. I think it was 8 slots or something like that. Yeah. Whereas TMP, you can, mega convoys about 4,000 bloody players. Bit of a difference. Bit of a difference. So TMP is going to be around for quite a while. So it ain't, it ain't going to disappear tomorrow or anytime soon. Yeah. I don't like the. That's nice. I think right even then they'll keep it as small amounts. I don't think it's gonna be massive servers for SES. Because they won't want to have it moderated. And obviously then they'll have to deal with they'll do that and they'll have to deal with the bloody reports, speed hackers, non-collision hackers, wrong way drivers. Hey, trading your truck for a pig car. Huh? Don't get you. Oh! Trade. You mean trading my truck for a pig car? Nah. This is already one I've got in my fleet. That's my trucks. Hmm. Exactly. Just as I predicted, it'll be very much like Farm Sim. Nah. I don't like driving the Skoda. It handles like fucking shit, quite frankly. It is fucking awful. It's one of the worst vehicles in ETS2 that I've ever driven. It's unstable. It sounds awful. Yeah, I much prefer the Scanias, the Volvos, and the XF. But I want. It's always handy to have. Yeah, it's always a handy vehicle to have for if you're a moderator. Because I'm not overly keen on it. I mean, there are some of the moderating team who can drive it bloody well, but there are others who just don't get along with it. I drove one in ATS. Coming out of Reading, go around the corner, put the fucker on its roof. Oh, it's wheels, oh, it's roof, oh, it's wheels, oh, it's roof, oh, it's wheels, oh, it's roof, into a cornfield. I was doing about 30 miles an hour around this bend, it just tipped on me. However, Hot Rock, have you got the Chrome DLC? New fridge van. And new paint scheme. Oh, you're going to Glasgow? Okay, have a safe drive. Because sadly, I'm going to log off. I think I'm going to go bed. Because I am struggling to keep my eyes open, so I'm going to do the responsible thing and log off and fuck off, I think. So, unfortunately, cats, you missed the opportunity. But not to worry. There will be more opportunities to drive with me in the future. Oh, I've got all the paint packs as well. I've got all. Yeah. I've got all the paint packs. And most of them I do not use. Yeah, you're welcome, Cat. I know it's only a short one. But I'll probably about... yeah, you'll catch me on the next one. So, for now, everybody take care, look after yourself, be safe, be well, and drive safe.